Mills, supposed to come in and give us an update on some of the county issues. Hopefully that Pike crossing, I sent an email out to him about Boston State Road. I don't know if you heard anything about that, Bob.
Nope, never heard that. Down by the old farm road?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything back from him.
They say
Is
it's
there a
on the
proposal
list.
on with that at all yet? Or-
It's supposed to be out for bid.
Yeah, it's already supposed to get
Yeah.
done and
Um, Jason, want to do the emergency response? Liaison.
Yep.
Town newspaper.
I've
Is that
heard
gonna be
rumors
nice?
that some may not be totally out of it, that there may be a purchasing of the economic interest report. I don't know if that's true or not.
Right.
Yeah, RW.
You never heard any of that?
I did, yes, RW Enterprise Group.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, they're looking to be acquired, I guess they've been serving like East Aurora, I might have the townships wrong, but like East Aurora, Concord, like 5 or 6 townships that they've served, they're looking to acquire them, so we might still have a Penny Saver in town.
Penny Saver for the sun.
The sun.
I didn't hear anything about the sun.
Yeah.
So, let's,
I-
it does need somebody. Let's do
What about
that.
Springfield Journal? Is that tied into
Yeah,
the?
Same thing.
Same him.
right across the board.
So, any problem for postings, Buffalo News? You guys have any issues with that? We gotta
Yeah,
have
for the time
something.
being,
Time being.
that's really the only option.
Yeah.
The only other paper distributed in town.
Okay.
It has to be a piece that goes to all residences, or offered all residences, is that how it works?
Regularly distributed in the township.
Okay, so Buffalo News is,
The only other one.
yeah.
Yeah.
How many people get the news? No, I mean,
So
you do, a lot don't.
My son, I have a Sunday that comes along with a free online situation.
Just going for the coupon.
Zach,
Okay, straight.
I like the
Zach, you wanna
cartoons,
take
actually.
5?
Association Yelled That program.
Yeah. Jeff, you wanna take the public hearing?
Yep.
Okay. I'll take under old business the mobile home. For approval. I'm sure you guys see all the work going on at the old mobile home park. Have any of you guys had the opportunity to go through there and meet the new owners or the people?
I have not met any of them.
He's done quite a bit of work in there, and he's gonna continue.
Haven't been really impressed with the blacktop road.
Yeah.
It's not my road.
Well, it's
It all
not our
pitches-
road.
It all pitches right to the, and we got a call today from a guy across the street, said all the stuff washed across into his yard, and I said, well, it's not my road, you gotta call the county, but, you know, typical. And I'm gonna bring it up tonight.
Yeah.
People are supposed to, when they do redo the driveways, they're supposed to get a permit. And in the permit, it tells them how the driveway's supposed to be shaped and how it's supposed to pitch away from the road, first 2 feet, 1 inch per foot, and the whole thing, and no concrete on the right of way. Nobody gets a permit, nobody, and it doesn't cost nothing, but nobody does it. And they put their driveways in wrong, and then the plowing catches and rips them up, and then they call complaining want their driveway fixed.
I think the one on Zimmerman just did that.
Well,
Pitched it right in.
But then again, it's county road, and I don't police the county roads. Like
Right.
Back Creek Road, there's a lot of driveways that are really bad on Back Creek Road, but, you know, I just take care of the town roads. When I see contractors putting driveways in, I talk to them, and I ask them to do what they're supposed to do, and I say, look, you're supposed to get a permit, here's the permit, it don't cost nothing. The homeowner's supposed to get it, but, you know, that's like,
I had the opportunity to tour it, and he's taken out a lot of those ones that are damaged, and they're cleaning up a lot of stuff. He reside that whole front house and fixed up the.
yeah, he's
front
definitely done a good
shelter.
job.
Yeah, he's doing a good job, isn't it, so far, so,
Hopefully it works out.
yeah, I agree. What do you got, what else you got, Don?
Oh, it isn't my turn yet, is it? We're kinda
Yeah,
good.
we're done.
We're done with the
There's-
agenda?
There's not much on it.
Well,
Oh.
what are we gonna do with the license approval? We're gonna approve the license?
There was,
Oh,
yeah, I got that one.
Okay.
Yeah. All right,
All right, up to me?
yeah,
All right, first thing is, I've talked to some people on getting quotes, this is Jason's deal, but on quotes for cleaning out the pond, but the town board has to decide what method we wanna get to clean out the pond. Do we wanna drain it, dredge it, clean all the muck out the bottom and all the lily pads? Do we wanna just have somebody come in and kinda cut them and try to pull them out? And Jason's talked a lot more, but I've talked to a few people about getting prices, but we gotta know what method we're gonna do before we can,
What do you recommend?
well, if we can pump the water out and get the fish out and drain it out, I think we should go in and scrape it. The problem is, we gotta be very careful because that pond has been lined with clay, because when they dug the pond, it was all gravel and the water went whole. So they lined it with clay. So whoever goes in there and starts mucking around and getting all the muck out, you gotta be careful not to go through the clay, or else we're gonna have to, you know, I mean, you can go in there and the clay can be pushed around, and clay's pretty tacky, and it could
Kind of like we're
pack
going
on.
that other pond. when we
But,
tried.
you know, there's different methods, but
We write the specs that way and we bond it. They can bond it. And we write the specs, they can't touch the clay, boom, boom, boom.
I think they're gonna catch some of the clay no matter what.
They're worried
well,
about,
some of it, I don't know how thick the clay is. It might be 3 foot thick, it might be 6 inches. If it's 6 inches thick, it's not good, because you go in there with a dozer and it's soft underneath, you're gonna have problems.
right,
But,
so the 3 contractors I've spoken to so far, I've got one bid, I have one bid. But the biggest concern right now by all the contractors is that taking out the lily pads, they can't guarantee that they're not gonna disrupt that clay. Because as soon as they start to rip out the rhizomes in there, it's gonna tear up the ground, so you have no idea what's gonna come up
Yeah.
with it. Right now, the first bid that I have, you know, I asked Bob and I asked Jeff tonight, this is probably gonna have to go out to competitive bid, because right now 14.5, this is from the contractor when Gary Bear was doing it, went from $7,500 to 14.5.
I know Putnam isn't
Well-
gonna fix the problem we're dealing with.
I guess you could get 3
That's a
proposals,
temporary,
and if
right,
we
it's a
get,
temporary fix.
That would be the, so I spoke to Cornell Corporate Extension, if we cut them before the fishing derby, it would work, however, there's a chance that they're gonna come back because it's such a shallow pond. The deeper end of the pond where you don't, it's, anyways, been down there in the past, let's say 2 weeks, you'll see that it's really overgrown with the lily pads. If we cut them all down, it could get denser, we don't really know if there's a chemical treatment. I've already reached out to the DEC, chemical treatment, we need to bring in a contractor to essentially treat for that, because the other concern is any of that chemical now leaching out into the 18-mile creek. So chemical treatment is almost off the table unless we want to, that's a really dicey gamble.
Yeah, then, does the DEC recommend that we take out, like all the weeds, because my understanding is some of that's used for shelter and shade for the fish,
Correct.
and, you know, plankton and whatever else the
Correct.
fish eat on, so I
Correct.
don't know if you want to clean the
just
whole
in
thing
one
out,
of
look
the
like
areas
a
that
sink
can't have a
bowl.
little
Recommendation
section out
is
there.
leave 30 to 40% of the lily pads there, because this is just like this, almost this vicious cycle. So Mike's absolutely right. Leave 30 to 40% of the vegetation there to provide cover, keep the pond cooler, so you can go with algae blooms, et cetera, et cetera. If you do a chemical treatment, or if you cut with one of those, almost like a side that would go in there and rip out all the lily pads, if we don't clean that out well enough, let's say hypothetically we do it, or somebody else is hired to do it, we have to make sure all that is out of there, because once it starts to ice over, all the gases from those plants breaking down and decomposing will then kill off all the fish and create dead zones in our pond. They said depending on the turbidity, then you run into issues of not, we don't have fish for our fishing group, which is, the fishing group is probably one of our town's biggest draws outside of, you know, band nights and other things, you know, 4th of July, it's,
Problem with leaving 10 or 20% of the lily pads.
they're gonna come back.
Wayne put in 1 or 2 lily pads years ago. Wayne put them in there because he thought they were nice, and the next thing you know, it's totally full of lily pads.
Right.
So if you leave
Well,
in,
they're a rhizome, that's
if
why.
you leave in there 100 lily pads, it's only gonna matter a year or 2, and it's gonna be totally plugged up again. So,
I agree.
it's
I
a,
think you drain it, like the first thing we talked about. Fire department will help us.
Mhm.
We'll catch the fish, put them in the upper pond,
Okay,
as many as we can catch.
right,
Obviously, we can dredge it.
okay.
I mean, I don't think there's really no guarantee.
We get
Nobody's gonna
cattails
guarantee
growing
they won't
along the
come back.
side.
In the one area, there's
In the one
cattails, just in
area.
the one area.
Yeah.
So that's not a real problem, cattails.
Do the trees provide enough shade? Yeah. I think if you don't rip them all out, you're gonna run back right into it, and it's kind of a waste of money.
Yeah.
I know what we talked about in the beginning.
So
that's
there's
the-
also no guarantee that we'll get them all. That's the other thing. So if there's like even like a short piece left, it can set up a shoot, it'll start.
Yeah, but better than cutting them in 20%.
Yeah.
It's better than cutting them.
Yeah.
The best method, I think, would be trying to dry it up, scrape it out, and do that.
Yeah.
14.5 so far first.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you want to
Yeah,
get
yeah.
something in the paper.
I thought that.
Well, I think we should get three quotes, maybe one will come in under 10 grand, and if that's the case, well then you're okay, right?
Yeah.
As long as one comes in under 10 grand.
Yeah.
But,
Sometimes you catch some of these guys that are just hungry for work, and
yeah.
we get lucky and they come in cheaper.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, other than that, the roof on Highway Barn, how are we doing on that?
Oh, I just talked to him today too. I got a meeting with him Friday morning.
All right, because Empire Erectors, I believe the name of the company is, believes that back in the day, when they worked for Curse, that they might have been the guys that built that barn and put the roof on. And he's saying that most likely you unscrew the roof that's up there and put a whole new roof on it. And, you know, if he wants to,
I
wants
think-
us to get the price, he'd be glad to come out and give us a price.
I'll
But
give
I don't know
him,
where we're at, if we got somebody lined up now. Empire Erectors.
he does the stuff over at the fairgrounds, I see.
Probably, he does a lot of work.
Yeah, I can get you, you can come in. I can get you the specs from FEMA.
Well, then we can look at that, if he wants to bid it, fine, but it's already, August,
Okay,
winter's not far away.
all right.
And now that it's a few cold nights, that roof that the insulation's been taken off, it's like rains in there. It just drips like crazy,
Yeah.
because the insulation's gone, so.
Well, hopefully we have an answer from Sean by Friday with it. And I'm sure he can take bids on it because it's a FEMA job through Empire Builders or whatever they are.
Okay, so that's the roof. Other than that, we talked about the driveway and the permits. We really gotta try to get people that are redoing their driveways, get permits, because we have a lot of people on weekends and stuff with concrete right out to the street, which is a problem. Other than that, brush pickup's gonna start again in September. We'll have wood chips available. Today we were oil and stone roads again. We did Colonial, Kevington, Tricia, Fairlane, Sherwood, all the holiday subdivision, Red Wing, Rollin, Greenbrier, and we finished with all Hickory Meadows, so
Look good.
we're done for the year with oil and stuff. But we blacked out them all and skid paved and patched them before we did it, and a lot of it was FEMA roads, but you know what, it's already August, we gotta do them, so we're just doing them, and if we get any money from FEMA, that's great, if we don't, I don't care. The pipe up on Greenbrier, the 48-inch culvert pipe, we replaced that last week, and turned out good. And the only other thing I got is our fall conference is in Lake Placid this year, and I wanna ask the board if I could go to the fall conference. It'd be 3 nights. We don't stay at the expensive hotel, you can stay at different ones, but the one is like $179. We stay at the one that's like $125, but we'll call around and get prices and we'll stay at the cheaper one. But
Okay,
it's
how much
3
is
days.
registration?
I don't know, it's not bad.
I don't have any problems with it.
Sounds good.
Okay. I believe that's all I have. Thank
Jay?
you, thank you.
Yeah, I'm good.
Jeff?
Correspondence from planning board policy adoption. I don't know if they've forgotten what their duties are. Can they just create policies on their own?
I think they could probably make a recommendation. I think it's kind of, perhaps also up to the town board in terms of what they want to do.
You can't just, the business owner pays taxes, other elected officials don't even know. Why should they make policies that, planning board
He's got,
member can't live in town?
I think when the lady from the planning board came in and talked to me about that, I said, you can draw a draft, you gotta give it to the town attorney, the town board has to look it over.
Draw a draft.
Well, what they wanna make for policies and, to be part of the planning board.
Well, they already put it in, they already say they adopted it, but it has no legal effect at all.
No,
So we can keep referring people down there that we think are.
Well, they want interview.
members.
They just want to do their job,
I think you need to send them out.
It's not your job, that's something different.
A memo from you.
The dentist down here,
I don't know.
pays taxes in town, wants to be on a planning board.
Then you don't, they don't get to
Yeah.
do policy.
Yeah, Jeff, I should probably do more research on that. From what I've seen, I did some initial research and I didn't see any prohibition, but I didn't see any recommendation that they could. I mean, it's just out there. For elected official on the town board, you have to be a resident in town. For a member of the town boards, conservation board, the other boards and stuff like that, you don't have to. Firemen, you do.
Actually, you do. I did look into that, and actually, it's on the Conservation Advisory Council's, when it was created, that was actually written into, for the CAC, in the past chairman for that was written into the CAC.
Is that written into the New York State law, or is that just a policy of the CAC?
Both.
Okay, I'll check into it, so let me check into it.
Well, I'm just saying that would help you out, because that would be,
Yeah.
that makes their whole,
So,
So you're saying elected and appointed officials have to reside in the town?
Mhm.
Interesting.
okay. All right. Mike, you'll send them out
Yeah. I'll get it.
and just let them know. Okay, what else you got? Town clerk,
I have a few announcements tomorrow.
Jason.
Bob took care of the big thing, essentially it's the pond project. Like I said, I've met with contractors, Bob's got a couple people, we'll see where it comes out. Jamie Donovan, down up on Fedek Road, she contacted me earlier in the year. She was originally working with Gary Vera, but she's back in contact with me now that Charter Cable was bought out Time Warner. I don't know if anybody knew that, but it's been on TV commercials and all. Her hookup, which is a quarter-mile run of cable, to go from the closest, where it terminates, to her closest pole, and then from the pole that's out in front of her house to her house. It was around $3,700, it's now up to, on the back road, $6,400. And she, once again, was asking if there's anything I can do in regards to the town. I explained our position that we can't spend taxpayer money to help out one single resident, and
That's right.
Yeah, that's what I said, that's what he said to her.
so she was a little bit upset, and I asked her, and I said, well, when you purchased the land, you knew that there was no hookups and no utilities there. And
How'd that go for you?
I said, well,
Usually don't.
outside of that, I mean, you know, she did understand, but she said it's a lot of money to swallow, and she said her and her husband are considering moving, because she said we have 2 college kids. Outside of that, I had, looking at potentially posting bids, and looking for bids, possibly posting something in the paper based on the monetary amounts that are coming back. Let's see, and that's, newspaper status, we discussed that. That's it.
What about that dumpster for the North Boston Fire?
Yeah, I'll go over that in a minute. Who does that go?
Was approached via email by a couple of residents from Thornwood. They'd like me to come down and take a peek at some drainage ditches that were installed by the town, but after discussing it, it's a private property, so we're probably not gonna be able to do much, but I'll still go down and meet with them. And just see what we can do, if anything. And the website, I will send you all a link tomorrow. It is developed, we need to start talking about who is going to go through the old website to choose the pages.
Okay. All right, so send us the link to look at what we have so far.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll send that to you tomorrow morning. Well, actually, I'll probably send it to you tonight.
okay. Anything else? Michael?
Yeah, I said one thing for the, for the general meeting, and Curley had filed Mike Curley, the former town attorney, had filed a federal lawsuit alleging that the town had discriminated by not allowing the disabled, developmentally disabled facility to come into town. The insurance company had filed a motion to dismiss, and I think it's a damn good motion to dismiss. And he asked, it was supposed to be heard in the middle part of August, I think the 12th or the 13th. Curley asked for an extension of time, the federal court gave it to him until August 29th at 3 o'clock. So if anybody wants to go there, it'll be in the federal courthouse downtown on August 29th at 3 o'clock, if you want to listen to the oral argument. And then I got one thing, if we do end up going into executive session.
We need to determine.
Okay, good. And I'd like Bob to stay in the executive session for my portion.
Okay, that'll be fine. Okay, that'll be fine. Okay. So you see the starting of the parking lot, they'll hopefully be putting in the concrete soon for all this bumpers and getting all that going. I think it's going smooth so far. We've been talking to Bob and everybody's happy so far with what they're doing. Jim Hanna on it. Met with Bob and Parks today for Kids Day. Got that all planned down. I think we're set for that.
We bored those holes today back in the park for the shelter, the final buildings,
Yep, thank you, I appreciate that. We put hole next to
the bench.
the bench. I was looking over the 18 mile. We have a Boy Scout from Troop 490 out of St. Francis who was looking for a project. So we're putting up a little shelter over that, and that's going to be his Eagle Scout project back there. So we bored the holes. I was able to get Pat White down here and measure everything and get everything ordered. We put it through Rucker Lumber, and they're going to donate all the services of putting up, and Pat White Construction said they'd come down and help out the boys and bring their equipment and stuff, whatever they needed. So that'll be going to
North Boston Ballpark.
North Boston Ballpark. Thanks for that.
Little kids down there in go-karts and motorcycles and dirt bikes and stuff, racing around the soccer field, making a mess. Scott called me today, I called Marty called the troopers. Troopers went down there and talked to 3 different places where the kids are hanging out, so I guess he read them the right rack, so hopefully it's over with. But they've been really making a mess down there. They do donuts in the parking lot and stones in the grass and blacktop in the grass.
They just expanded that parking lot.
Yeah, and I mean, so hopefully that's gonna take care of the problem down there for a while.
I talked to Bob, we went down there and looked at it, we thought maybe putting a split rail fence right across the whole front, right up to that homeowner's property, a little piece up to the other homeowner's property, and then our property's closed off, he's gonna go to Valley Fab, we're gonna get a swing gate made for it,
We'll see how this works,
and
right?
locks. So that's the other option to go through with it.
Because they'll come around and get around, they'll come through
Right,
Eddington's or up around the other side and the private, they'll get in
The
there.
widows up around
I've seen
through
them come right
those.
off of your piece too.
Yeah, they do that. They got a little circle up there too.
They used to come
They
back
go up the
through.
power line and
Well, the
so,
other place until they put a
yeah,
brick there.
you'd have to fence the whole thing and then that would be, so hopefully this will take care of the problem.
Bob's gonna go down and they're gonna finish South Boston's parking lot down there, doing that, and then we'll just get it painted up stripes and stuff like that, so it looks nice. And that parking lot's done too, so. All right, anything from anybody else? 'Cause we gotta get to Tony. Okay, we gotta go into executive session. You need to stay, you need to stay, because part of it is yours. Make a motion to go into executive session on matters.